Welcome to Practically Done. I am Rico De Gallo. This is...
I'm Matthew. I'm going to be the camera guy.
Alright, so this is a passion project from us. Basically, what we want to do is take all the practical effects that we see in like movies, for instance, The Thing, and anything else that we just want to do.
The Blob is really good too.
The Blob, exactly. And we want to take all those practical effects that we see in movies that we love, that make the movie for us, and basically adapt them into our own skits. Doing so, we're going to have a lot of mistakes along the way, but that's completely fine. It's a learning process. And then at the end of the video, we're going to show you how we did it in our own way.
So yeah, we're going to teach you how to chop off limbs and shit.
Yeah, and we're going to show you how to make those limbs as well. All right, so what we are going to be doing with Practically Done is making prosthetics today. This prosthetic is actually going to be a Mother's Day gift. This is a belated Mother's Day gift from my mom. And she's very against all things horror and all things grotesque. So I wanted to make something that was very much grotesque, but because it's my hand, I want to see if she'll keep it or not. And so we're going to make an attempt on this. If we fail, we're going to keep it that way, and then we're going to try again another time. But if we do succeed, I'm just going to be cutting it up and making it look even more zombified, and then we're going to take that hand, and then we're going to put that inside a potted plant, and then put a little rose in it, and say, "I love you, Mom," on the back. So we're going to take a shot at it and see how it comes out. Here is the equipment that we'll be using for our project today. Starting in the back, we have Smooth On brand AlgaSafe. This AlgaSafe is going to be mixed in with water, and then dumped into a cylinder container, thus creating our molding. In front of the AlgaSafe, we have Moldstar 20T, both parts A and part B, which are going to be combined together to create the silicone prosthetic itself. Then lastly, we have various sized buckets for our project. Before we get to mixing, we're going to actually do some prep work first. We're going to show you how we went about sealing up our cylinder container, and we're going to do this by hot gluing it to a plate. So let's get to that. So what we're going to be doing here is just gluing our little cylinder with a hot glue gun just to tighten up all those cracks right there. So we just go all the way around, make sure that we get, I'm going to put on an excessive amount because this is still new to us. We're trying this out for the first time, so we just want to make sure we get it completely sealed so that we have nothing blocking off. So we have no leaks going through. Also, if we use too much glue, it's completely fine because I got 30 sticks of it. And right there, we're good to go. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do while making this Mother's Day gift is gonna be taking this Smooth On brand mold and putting it into our 2.5 quart bucket right here. We're gonna probably fill this guy up to about 750 milliliters. And then we're gonna take our second bucket and fill that one up to the equal amount. So 750 right there, just pure water. So then once we get those two buckets filled up, we're gonna throw them into our 5 quart bucket where we're gonna proceed to basically just mix them until they become like a little bit of a pudding texture. And yeah, so let's get started and see how we do. Okay, that's good right there. All right, so once we have that even measurements out, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So first thing I'm gonna do is dump the Smooth On right on in. Next, I'm gonna take the water and dump it right on top. Kind of like hang back a bit because you're gonna see a lot of dust going all up in the air. You're gonna make sure you stir that up really well. Make sure you get the sides, make sure you get everything that you can possibly grab. All right. All right, now that we got that all mixed up, looking great, we're gonna start dumping it into our little cylinder here. Get it all in there.
It has no right looking like tasty chocolate.
It has no right at all.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I might actually have to make more.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Alright, so because we didn't add that much in, we gotta kind of go a little quick. We put in about a liter worth as a 1-to-1 ratio. We're gonna double it just because where we're at right now, it's not yet enough. That's not gonna be enough, maybe for like 2 digits, but it's not gonna be enough to make the entire casting of the arm. So we're just gonna keep going. Hopefully we can go quick enough before everything starts solidifying. Oh, so sloshy.
Yeah, again, still looks really tasty.
Looks like shonky.
God damn it.
All right, so now we made a little bit more. Let's actually put this over here. We're gonna dump this back on in. All right. That in. Then we're gonna, whatever we have at the bottom, we're actually gonna use that to kind of smother my arm a little bit in, just so it can get all those little details in my skin, my fingers, all the wrinkles that go in, all the way down to where we see the little scars on my arms and everything. That's actually looking like how much we should have done the first time. All right. All right, so now we're gonna take over the leftovers. As you can see, we're starting to get a little solid there. Not good, we gotta go quick. Gotta rub it all into my individual fingers. Then we're gonna make our pose. We're gonna throw that right on in. So when you do this, you don't wanna have it so that you're touching the side. So you're gonna wanna get that sweet spot. Rearrange a bit. All right, so I had to readjust during, but I can feel it getting solid right now, so I'm gonna try to take my hand out. It is a lot of suction. I kept it in for a little bit longer than I think I probably should have.
Yeah, I'll help you out here, man. It's okay.
All right. Just gonna have to like wiggle it around. I have to get my fingers, because I had my fingers rolled. I have to get it around. Just gonna try to go slowly with this. I can feel it still sticking a little bit. All right. Whew. There we go. All right, let's see if our first attempt is gonna work out the way we wanted it to. All right, so next step, we're gonna go with the Mold Star Part A and Part B. All right, so now we're gonna pour Part A into one bucket. I kind of feel like we could go with 12 ounces worth. Just under, not too bad. Then we're gonna continue on and do the same exact thing with Part B. There we are. I'm gonna fill that all the way up to 12 ounces. And this is actually just a trial kit that I got from Amazon. It was only like 33 bucks, I believe. Might have been a little bit more with tax, but nothing too bad. Especially when you're just trying for a first time to get your bearings on the whole thing.
Yeah, trying to do something on a lower budget.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. This is a flesh tone pigment. I don't have too much of this, but it's not exactly my flesh tone. So I'm just gonna try to throw a little glob in there. And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing to part B. Then we're gonna try to mix our colors in. We're gonna try to get to roughly the same kind of tone I'm at. It doesn't have to be exact, so I'm gonna mix that in. Yep, I definitely put in way too much.
Oh.
It's a lot
That
darker.
looks really like, it looks like some orange cream.
Yeah,
Okay.
much darker than what I was imagining it was gonna be. But that's okay. First try, no problem. All right, so now we're gonna put in part B. It did come out a lot darker than what I was expecting it to be, which means I really have to put in a much less pigment than what we did this time. But you know what? Learning experience. The moment you mix in part A with part B is when you're gonna start getting that reaction where it starts solidifying. So if you have it just part B in one bucket, it's not gonna solidify like how it would with the part A added to it. So I could just leave this out for a little while and nothing would happen to it. Someone is like biting my foot right now. Of course it's Hades, the
Little turd.
turd.
Devilish turd.
Yeah. Now we're taking part A, putting it in. I mixed this for a good 45 seconds each. I didn't mix it too much. I hope that doesn't cause any problems. But once I put it in with this one, that's when we gotta mix very thoroughly. Okay. Now we're going in. I want to make sure this gets blended in really well. All right, now that we got that blended in, we're gonna pour it all inside. I'm gonna stop for a little bit right there just so that we can roll the fingers basically. And what that means is you're basically just gonna be rolling it up just so that all the air gaps that are in those fingers, because I had my fingers curved, they're gonna get filled up. And by doing so, yeah, I already see a bunch of air bubbles that just popped out. I was gonna get rid of all those air bubbles that would otherwise damage it. Oh yeah, you can see quite a few right there.
Okay.
All right, that should be good. And let's continue dumping. Looks like I did put a little too much in, but that's okay. Chalking this one up to science.
Oh, there you go.
Then I'm just gonna cake the top a little bit.
There you go.
Just gonna cake it just so that I can have something to grab onto when I pull it out.
Yeah, you can always cut that out later.
All right, so now we're gonna take this out of our little molding. First, we're gonna separate it from the bottom. All right, there we go.
Oh, wow.
So now from there, we're just gonna try to shimmy it on through. It's gonna take a little while, but that's okay. All right, so now that we got the suction out, we can just slowly slide that off. Painless. Put that over there for right now. Such a weird feeling.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Feels very rubbery.
Yeah.
All right.
So now, usually you can just slide it on out, and if you're able to do it easily enough, you're able to reuse the molding again. But I don't think we're gonna be able to. I might have to actually just cut this one through. Oh, whoa! Did it right there. All right.
Yeah.
So immediately our first...
20 minutes of behind the scenes you guys won't see.
Yeah, exactly. So immediately what we can see is that the finger got cut off right there. And also this one got crushed somehow. But that's fine, that's okay. This is our first attempt and it came out pretty came out pretty cool from what I can see.
You can see the attempt was there.
Yeah. And if you look, we did have some air bubbles like right over here in this spot. But other than that, this came out really good.
Yeah, you can see a lot of skin details and whatnot in the crevices.
Like, so like even like up here. Like, man, that actually came out really cool. I'm pretty impressed with how good that came out. First attempt. Got some stuff inside. Let's see if we can pull that out. Also, this is such a weird texture. It's like a little wet, a little soggy. Let's get in there. Yeah. Maybe we'll just push that through. All right, that looks pretty cool though. I actually...
Bitchin', yeah,
dude.
Agreed.
I might have to cut this up a little bit, make it seem like a little bit more round, but other than that,
that's fucking dope.
I'm gonna call that a win for right now, man.
Yeah. Okay. Or no. Yeah.
All right, so what we can see here is that when we put it in the first time from where this cut off right here, we didn't put in as much as we should have. So when we put it in, we only went to about this area. If you look at it, that's pretty much where my fingers got all like contorted and distorted and everything. So that's where all that flattening and everything, because the molding was already set. But if everything above it, it looks so good. Like, I'm actually really impressed. Sad that pulled off, but I could just take some silicone and kind of like glue it essentially back onto it. I'd have to just tear this apart. Let me find my finger.
Not bad at all for attempt number 1, though.
Attempt number 1, not at all bad. Huh, I can't even find it. But yeah, right there. And even, yeah, you can tell that is exactly.
Yeah, it came off perfectly.
Came out perfectly. That is where it settled first. Next time we do this, you can even tell. Next time we do this, we got to make sure that we put in the exact amount that we need. That way we don't have this. Do you like that?
Yeah, these different sections of solidity.
I like that sound.
Yeah, no.
All in all, dudes, I am super happy with how that turned out. Sucks that the fingers got all wonky and everything, but you know what? That just gives us an idea for a part 2, because with restriction comes creativity. So what we're going to do is basically go all in with this. If we're able to, we're going to sculpt those fingers into bones. If it doesn't look cool, then we'll just sever them and then just take a skeleton hand and just cut off the digits from that, post them onto the little prosthetic hand, and then just make bone fingers. And from there, just throw on liquid latex, make it look a lot more disgusting than what it should look. And yeah, dude, let's just go all the way in. I'm already excited for part 2, so let's hit this up.
All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this dope first introduction video. Hope you guys enjoyed all my dope camera angles. Be sure to follow us at AM Podcast on Instagram and Facebook over there.
Right on over here. And thank you for watching.
Boom. Oh, didn't see you there.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoops! Just
What are you
having
doing there, Rico?
I was just having a little fun.